Hello and welcome to episode 26 of Garmin to Smashing a PB at London Marathon 2025 question mark. This is 26 now, 26 week. Half a year I've been documenting my Garmin journey. It's not been technically marathon training all of that block for 26, but it's been building the base, and now we're on the training block for the marathon. We are literally 11 weeks away now. For the new people of the channel, basically what I'm doing is following my Garmin watch as I punched in the an ambitious finishing time into the watch, and then basically the Garmin suggests activities to get me to that goal. Obviously you can check your progress on the race predictor, so that's what I've done, and it's been frustrating along the way. It's been great along the way. I've been smashing PBs now. I've got PBs in 5Ks, 10Ks and half marathons now. But obviously the marathon is something that we're gearing for. Let's reveal what I'm going for now, eh? It's the halfway point of a year. So yeah, my marathon record at the moment is 4 hours 42. I am hoping or trying to hit sub 3 hours 30. That is huge. Sub 3 hours 30. It is an average pace of 4:59 per kilometer / 5 minute kilometers for 42.2 kilometers. Is it achievable? I don't know, but that is what I'm going for. So yeah, welcome to the channel. I am trying to hit a sub 3:30 marathon. I've been very lucky and fortunate to be given this marathon place by SeeAbility. The links are in the description, so please donate to them if you can, and any bit that really helps them. I ran with them in 2024. Such an amazing experience doing the London Marathon, so that's why it gets so many people trying to apply for it. I've been lucky enough to get the second chance to do it too, so on a consecutive year. So I really want to help that charity as much as I can, so please donate if you can on that. So yeah, let's start the week off. For those who regularly see the channel, know that Garmin does change, or if they use Garmin, it does change depending on your sleep and efforts and things like that. So I know I change it a little bit because obviously I feel the need, it needs to get me there. My race predictor at the moment, going on from the talk about my actual race and that, it predicts a 3 hours 48 minutes 23 seconds, and that's gone down a lot, so I'm happy with that. I matched my 5k race predictor the other day, so I know there's a lot more variables in a marathon than there is a 5k, but it's kind of a bit more confidence boosting knowing that was quite accurate. So we'll see. It's obviously, like I say, it's a bit different, but that is the guideline that I use and see how I'm getting on. Garmin has changed because I did a long run yesterday, which Garmin didn't want me to do, but I had to do long runs because that's a marathon training. Doing several marathons before, I even know what I need to do it to a certain degree. So it did have me on a tempo run this morning. For today, sorry, but that changed to a base after the run, and now it's down to a 31-minute base. My sleep is fair, but not long enough deep sleep apparently. I'll never win on the sleep battle with Garmin, so it's a threshold 31, but I got a rest day tomorrow. My recovery readiness is kind of 22 hours, so I don't run on Tuesdays, so I'm going to override that one and just do the gentle jog home that I've done so many times. So basically do a 9k jog home today after work. I'll be fully recovered for Wednesday. At the moment, that's now a tempo, because it kind of shifts on when you don't kind of do one run. But mileage is something that I'm very aware of on this Garmin plan, and I need to make sure it's enough. You know what I mean? I need to be hitting 60 Ks a week now. That's what I've done the last couple of weeks, and that through some of my own bits. But my bus is here, so let's just kind of wrap this up, and I'll let you know how the run goes later on. But thanks very much. Good morning, it's Wednesday. So a quick recap on Monday's run. It was 1 hour 2 minutes and something, just 10.5 kilometers, average pace of 5:56 per kilometer, and an average heart rate of 143, which was pretty good. I enjoyed that. Bitterly cold though in the end. I mean, really windy, along with rain. So some stretches were quite tough because the wind. I mean, I run. There's a lot of open spaces as well where I run sometimes, and as soon as I hit those points, the wind was just crashing through. So that was really tough, those bits and that. But still enjoyable. You know what I mean? I just love running and that. So yesterday, Tuesday, we're obviously running rest day. Don't do any runs Tuesdays. So now we're on to Wednesday. So the activity on Garmin is tempo, and I get that. And you mean it's a really good one. It's actually, I mean, like a 4 times 9 minutes, I think it is, and that. But I've got to look in at getting a long run this week. And the weekend, the long run I want to do, I don't think will suit the weekend. I got my kids this weekend, so I'm going to swap it around a little bit. You know what I mean? Life is life, yeah? You know what I mean? And Garmin does have me on a long run, but it's only an hour and a half, which is not a long run. Well, not on this stage of the game anyway. Not for my marathon needs. So, you know what I mean, that's no disrespect to people that, you know, in an hour and a half is a long run to a lot of people, I understand that. But for me, I need further or longer. So, I think I'm going to do a long run today. And I know the tempo will get bumped out. And I'm not going to do a tempo run tomorrow either. And that, because I would need the time to recover from a long run. And that, I mean, we're looking at a half marathon plus again. Bearing in mind I did a half marathon on Sunday, so I know that it's quite short time between the two long runs, but yeah, but life is life and that. So I mean, there is an anaerobic on during the week as well, so I mean, I think one of them might disappear completely and it will fall into base, but I know that I'm overdoing my slow runs apparently, or my low aerobic, but that's still a good thing in low aerobics. You know what I mean? I know I need to really get my pace going up and all that line. Don't get me wrong, I would love to do this tempo run today, because that really kind of shows you what you got and how you're going. But I need this long run in too, and I can fit in the tempo run later in the week where the long run's a little bit harder. So today just suits a long run and that. So I'm gonna go to work, finish work, and then go on a long run. You know what I mean? I've got my gels, I've got my my electrolyte drinks with me. Kind of looking at other sources of electrolytes as well at the moment, because as much as I like this electrolyte from Precision Hydration, I'm not going to have a running vest with me on the marathon, so I can't take those electrolytes when I'm going. So and I've got to look into some other options of electrolytes. And we don't, you know, the London Marathon has Lucozade Sport. Norway doesn't really have that, so I can't practice with that, because you should always practice, you know, your gels and your electrolytes on your long runs, just so you know you're going to be all right on the day. So I'm nothing new on the day. So and obviously with speed it all changes things as well. You know, I mean, I can easily buy a Lucozade Sport when I'm in England and London and that for the marathon, and then just drink it to see how it goes. But that's just walking, and that, or sitting down for a meal or whatever. So when you're actually running and drinking this Lucozade Sport, it's going to cause a little bit of difference and in the gut. So I've got to think of my hydration slash or the electrolytes really. So I'm just working on that one, but for now I just want to get these long runs done as well. So I'm not planning my strategy on electrolytes yet for the marathon as such, but it's kind of just getting there with the fueling anyway. So yeah, but the fueling should be fine, not a problem. But that's where we're at. So yeah, let's get to work, then we can get this long run done, and then I'll see how the kind of app changes my training plan for the rest of the week. But have a great day. Right, a little blurry, but the bit right in the middle of the screen, like with a red bit and a white bit, that's basically where I started my run. And that and then we come across over to here. See that bridge in the distance? That's where roughly I'm going to finish my run. So I've come from down there. Let's zoom out a little bit. That's the fish market area. So I've done that. I run around there, and I come all the way along, basically up that way to come up to this bit here, and that. So yeah. So now I'm going to follow this path up here, all the way up until the hospital, and that. And I'm in what, 10 kilometers now, and I've got another 16 to do. So yeah, I'll best get on it. Good morning, it's Thursday. So yeah, yesterday's run, swapped out the tempo run and did the long run. Ended up doing 27.2 kilometers, 2 hours 44. So you mean just a kind of, I say, gentle jog. You mean it's wasn't no race pace in it or anything like that. Average 6:02 per kilometer and a heartbeat rate of 148. So I know it's kind of higher than like my normal base run would be, but it's a very hilly route. Followed most of the Bergen City Marathon course. That's why I love it. It's very challenging and that, but I attack the hills. You mean the uphills and that, and to try and get the endurance score, and you know, not hill repeats, but you mean just try and keep it normal and that. So when I normally do a base run, I slow down on the uphill just to keep the heart rate down and that. But this one time I wanted to kind of go at it, so I did. So yeah, it's a long run after a long day at work. You mean, but I'm really happy with that, and the pace wise, wow, to maintain it, there was like it's no like big spikes as such. I mean, obviously it will show up, you know, the averages per mile, you know, different kilometers of, you know, because of the hills, but to actually have it, you mean, quite a steady pace in my eyes. You mean the heart rate of 148, you know, Garmin saw it as a tempo run because 60-something% of my run was in the zone 4 and that, but you mean I wasn't climbing massively up. You mean, I knew I was supposed to do a tempo run yesterday anyway, so I don't really mind. And just giving Garmin a kick up the bum again, saying, right, my tempo endurance, you mean, is pretty good. So and then I can see what I can manage as well, because now I've got to see, I mean, it's all working out what I can handle and that, instead of being in the unknown. So you mean, if I can kind of keep maintaining a pace at 150 beats per minute, which is over my base rate, just under my or just on the start of my zone 4 tempo, then kind of shows, you mean, like I can maintain that. It's under my lactate threshold, so I'm not worried about that at all. I do want to obviously get these tempos and aerobic sessions in to keep maintaining my pace or building on my pace. But basically what we're going to be doing is I mean, what I need to do, well, Garmin has said it wants me to rest today, and I'm not surprised. You know what I mean? Recovery is like still 52 hours. You mean, but my training readiness is 6, so it's not exactly nothing, which I'm quite surprised at. But obviously a late night exercise in Garmin's head kind of disrupts your sleep. So yeah, poor sleep, blah blah blah. I felt great. I slept really well in my head, but I understand it's the mechanics of your body that the watch takes. So, and that as you kind of body tries to settle and that. So I did the best I could to help the body recover last night. But yeah, you mean it is what it is. So it wants me to rest today, but like I said in yesterday's video, the plan ain't going to be that. I'll take a gentle jog home, and I'll take the shortest route tonight from my work to the convenience stop, and that down at the shopping centre down the bottom of all the hills, and that before I come up to mine. So that's that really. Great run, absolutely great run. It's just getting it done, and the confidence is getting bigger and bigger. You mean my race predictor now is going down more. I think it's down to 3:46 now, where at the beginning of the week it was 3:48. I got to get that down there. You mean, so if I can keep pushing on that, then obviously get my kind of runs done with the speed work in there to try and get my pace up and feel comfortable with that pace, then the confidence will keep growing, and that's what I like. Yeah, that's what we need. So really enjoyed that last night. Just emphasizes why I do all of this. You know what I mean? It's like, well, one big thing I was thinking, you know, I do a lot of thinking when I'm running along. You know, I do kind of zone out and things like that. I got to one point, and I remember someone saying to me, "Why do you do this to yourself?" Yeah, no, I'm doing like 27 kilometers, you know, about 26, 28 I was planning. So why do you do this to yourself? And then I kind of thought, like, seeing my kids near the end again, you know, like I did on the marathon in 2024, and an absolutely amazing feeling, you know what I mean, that when I saw that, you know what I mean, I know it won't be replicated again, but seeing my kids at that point and their daddy's like smashing it, you know what I mean, smashing it, gave me goosebumps, and it still gives me goosebumps, you know what I mean. I'm running down the road and I got goosebumps because I'm thinking, what actually, you know, a feeling, what an achievement, and that is what drives me on, you know what I mean. It's just those highs, and that, you mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of lows in running as well, you know what I mean. It can really get you down as you're trudging along and things ain't going quite right, but the highs are immense, and that's what we go for, yeah. But I'll speak to you a bit later though. Good morning, it's Friday. So yesterday's recap run, and basically I did 7.72 kilometers in 42 minutes. Basically they gave me a time of 6:04 per kilometer, and the heart rate was 141. So you mean, it was, like I say, a nice gentle jog home. It was a shorter distance way of doing it as well. I didn't, you mean, it was after Wednesday's effort. Obviously I wanted to keep it a bit you know, recovery and that, basically. So that was that. So obviously Garmin wasn't too keen on me doing a run after that Wednesday's effort, but you mean, my legs feel good and I feel good. Well, I did feel good. That's what we're getting on to. So I did notice at the end of yesterday's run, my throat got a bit tickly, and I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, and that. So You mean, but it is a very crisp morning this morning, and that. So I didn't sleep very well, as you can imagine. Garmin knows that anyway. So yesterday, although it was a rest day, and I ran because of Garmin telling me I ran too much, obviously. It's given me another rest day, and I think I might take that. I don't know yet. I'm going to see how today goes, because I'm feeling a little under the weather, shall we say. I mean, it's my throat's certainly tickling, and with that comes a kind of a sore cough and that, which you spend more time trying to prevent yourself from coughing, obviously. Nose has started to run a bit, and just feeling, just feeling like they're sick. You know what I mean? There's been a lot of sick at work, and a lot of, my kids have been sick. I stated that in the video the other week, and that. So it's that time of year. So I've been dodging it as best as I can, and I think I've done well. But I guess, it was always inevitable. I've not been sick, touching wood, not been sick for a very long time. So, well over a year. So, I guess it's time that I did get sick, but hopefully I can rest up. I work today, just get today done. I have my kids this weekend, so I can be at home at the weekend. And it doesn't mean I'm not going to run. We're going to take it and see how it goes. I'll run if I feel I can. But at the moment, I think I'll take the rest day as Garmin says. I don't want to, and if I wasn't feeling normal, I would crack on with it. But I think, I've done good distance so far. Obviously, I don't want to let that drop, but I want to make sure I don't prolong it. By being too fatigued, that I end up draining my battery even more, and then my immune system drops and more, and all that. So I'm taking Ingefähr lemon and honey drinks. Norway doesn't kind of have all that Lemsip stuff and that. The Strepsils that you get, they're just sweets here. There's no actual active ingredient in it. So it's very natural over in Norway and that kind of stuff. So I just gotta wait it out, really. So that's the plan, and we'll see how it goes. Like I say, get this today over with. Hopefully the worst is gone already, and then I can sleep it off tonight, and I'll feel a lot better tomorrow. But we'll go. But I'll keep you updated. But that's just how it is. So yesterday was good. Nice little gentle shakeout. Felt good. Felt comfortable. No niggles or anything from the day before. So it was a good indication there. Just a shame I'm waking up a bit today. Or started feeling yesterday, and then it continues. So we'll see. And but hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you guys later. So that was Friday. It all went downhill from there. Friday was a struggle. I just wanted to get work done, and I did it. I got work done. Got home. Like I said, my kids have been here all weekend, and that. And basically, I spent most of the weekend in bed. I got back Friday just feeling like I've been run over by a train, really. Absolutely flattened, exhausted. So, it was literally bed. Get into bed, just paracetamol, taking the natural stuff in, like honey, lemon, and ginger drinks. I bought an orange juice just to high dose up on the vitamin C. A little bit naughty, bought some chocolate just to try and kick in a little bit of endorphins or whatever. A little nice feeling. So that sporadically, just yeah, trying to get through the weekend. Saturday, right off. I basically didn't really get out of bed. I had to go out and do some bits, and that. I had to pick up some bits and bobs. But otherwise I would have stayed in bed all day. My body battery was low all through and that. And you could see it on the Friday evening. Normally when I'm sitting on the sofa and it's just blue, blue, calm, resting lines. But my heart rate was up, so it was like stressed, and that. So, I'm lying in the bed and, I've got a little bit feverish as well. So, it was just all, so my body actually, or the battery on the clock, watch kind of said, demanding day, your activities has kind of drained you out. And I'm like, I'm sick. So, Garmin doesn't know that if you're sick and that, it just goes by heart rate. And if your heart rate's high, blah, blah, blah. So, I could tell there was obviously something and my body was working hard to try and shift something. And it still is. It's not properly right. I've stayed, like I said, stayed in bed all the Saturday, basically. So, from Friday evening, even up until kind of Sunday morning, really. I did feel a bit better yesterday, but still, when you get up and you can feel that you're not right and all that. Don't get me wrong, I don't feel right now. And it's Sunday now. But I feel better. I've been out of bed since, say, 11 o'clock this morning. And I can sit on the sofa and things like that. I'm not doing anything. I'm not thinking of doing anything. The watch did put me on a recovery run this morning. I know previously it had put me on, I was supposed to be on a 50-minute base run. It's not going to happen. I'm just going to take it slow, wipe this week off, and that on the running terms and that. And I almost have it like a download week and that. And then hopefully tomorrow, again, get some good night's sleep in and that, because I've not been in bed all day. Hopefully that will kind of kick my system back in and that, and then I can kind of sleep normally, back to work, routine, run tomorrow evening. That is the plan. That is the plan in my head. Don't get me wrong, Friday I was thinking, yeah, fine, wipe that day off or whatever. Saturday afternoon I can do a little bit of hill repeats down where I live and that. But nothing. It was just time to kind of chill out, let the body recover. Really, I don't want to go further backwards and that. So we're finishing the week. It's like a half week, really. 45.5 kilometers though. I'm so glad I did that long run earlier. I had no idea I was going to feel like this the next day, or kind of feeling sickish, the day after. So if I hadn't have done that run on was it the Wednesday? God knows what I'd been on. I'd be on the lowest week for whenever, I think, because I would have had to have done that long run today. So yeah, 45.5 kilometers in the scheme of things. It's not bad. Kind of was hoping to kind of hit up a 70 kilometer week, but like I say, that will come, and that will be the next bit. We go onwards and upwards. Hopefully the plan stays. I've had a quick look on that. Threshold tomorrow. Is that the right run to do after this sickness? I'm still not 100%, but we'll see tomorrow. And that all depends on my sleep. My HRV has shown that I've been sick as well, because it's really low, the wrong way kind of thing. So, the watch is showing that I have been sick, and that which kind of helps, and that. But it just doesn't know you're sick, so it can't differentiate between that. Almost Garmin needs a button really that you can press you're sick, and that. So it kind of puts something in, and then an algorithm kicks in or something. I don't know. Maybe that's something for the future. So Garmin, listen to that. and then take away all this sleep stuff, please, because that kills my training. Yeah, so it's got me on a 2-hour 30 long run Thursday, which is perfect because that's what I plan to do anyway, minimum. Wednesday's got me on an hour and a half as well. So that'd be quite good if that sticks. But what would happen then would be a Wednesday kind of after work run for an hour and a half, and then it would be a 2.5 hour early morning run the next day. So it wouldn't be so much recovery time. But I can live with that. That's fine by me. The watch won't like it, but there's nothing saying that these runs are going to stick, and that we know that by now. But I have to kind of think of a plan and make sure I have this plan in action. So yeah, but that's all next week, and so yeah, different ending to the week that I wanted. Obviously, it was going on so well, but hopefully now my muscles will. Like my leg muscles have been given time to recover. Obviously, I need to get my chest, making sure that's properly going, and my throat, and that. It's been a bit coughy, but I don't want, I don't want that feeling going down and all this lot. I'd rather keep the illness up here. You can run through that upwards, that downwards. It's not really good. And that. So yeah, hopefully we hit back next week, fit and push back. Like I said, I'm not feeling too, great now. So much better than I was, but I'm not quite there. So, like I said, it's just been a weekend where slumming it really, and that just trying to get healthy again. You know what I mean? It's like vitamin C shots and all sorts. So, we'll wrap it up there. Next week, new one, 27. As I kind of try and hit this sub 330 goal, so please, if you can, in the description, there's the link to SeeAbility, the fantastic charity that's given me this opportunity to run the London Marathon 2025 and hopefully smash my PB. Now you know what the goal I'm going for. And that, so please do that. Click subscribe to the channel, and that. Tell your mates. Just kind of let's have some interaction. And do you think 330 is doable for me? Or sub 330? Let me know what you think. And if there's any way that you think that it could happen, or better ways to make it happen, should we say? But the time's out there now, and now I've got to do the work, or still carry on doing the work, and that. So until next week, have a good one, and I'll catch you later.